What's up everybody, it's Norman Woods. And today I'm going to teach you how to do a backside 360. Before I get into the backside 360 tutorial, I want to introduce you guys to my Patreon. I've started one. We have one patron so far. Thank you, Zack. And there are 3 different tiers. The rewards you get range from being able to choose the topic of this video, to exclusive deals on Collage Skateboards gear, and the ability to vote on which topic will be next. Back 360s were chosen today because Zack decided that was the one we should have. So I'll leave a link to my Patreon below. And also don't forget to check out Collage Skateboards on Instagram at Collage Skateboards and at collagesskateboards.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Norman_Woods. Let's get into the backside 360. Back 360s are a difficult trick when you're learning them. I can remember feeling like I'd never be able to do one, but I can give you a few tips that helped me out with learning them. The first thing is you should learn how to do backside 180s, and specifically the backside 180 where you scoop your back foot. I made a video on backside big spins not too long ago, and in that video I went over a little bit of the scooping backside 180.
Practice specifically the back 180 that has a scoop motion, using a scoop like this.
I'll leave a link in the description to that backside big spin tutorial if you want to check that out. And besides the scooping backside 180 and the backside big spin, which you don't need to know how to do the big spin, but it might help because when you do your backside 360, you're going to use the same amount of force in your back foot that you use for the back 360. However, you're going to spin your body the entire way with the board, so it is a little bit different. But one trick that really helped me with the backside 360 was a caballerial, which is a fakie backside 360. I haven't made a tutorial on those, but if enough of you guys ask, I might make one, so comment below. And now let's get into the steps of a backside 360. The important thing here is going to be your foot positioning. And once again, I'm going to refer to that backside big spin video because the foot positioning is very similar. So your back foot's going to be in that same position. You're going to have your back foot kind of in the ollie box, pressure on your toes because that's what you're going to use to pop. Your front foot is going to be a little bit different. Now there's 2 different spots that I put my front foot in for back 360s. It just depends on what I'm trying to do. If I were trying to pop over something, then I'm going to have my foot about 1 inch behind the bolts. My entire front foot is going to be across the width of the board though. And if I'm trying to go down a set of stairs, for instance, then I'm going to have my front foot right over the bolts, still with my foot covering the entire width of the board. So it's going to depend on what you're doing, whether you're going up or over something or whether you're going off of something. Again, I'll leave a link in the description to my backside big spin video, and that'll give you a better idea of how to position your back foot. And your front foot is going to be across the entire width of the board. And depending on whether you're going off or up and over, you're going to either have your foot about 1 inch behind the bolts or right over the bolts. So the next thing, once you get your foot positioning down, is going to be the winding of your shoulders. And again, I'm going back to the backside 180s and the backside big spins. So you're going to have your feet set up. Once your feet are set up, you're going to wind your body away from the direction you're planning to spin. So that means you're going to wind your shoulders front side. Once they're wound as far as you can front side, you're going to spin them back, kind of like a slingshot motion, and you're going to crouch while you're doing this. Once your shoulders line up with the board again, once your shoulders are parallel to the board again, your body should be crouched, and now you're ready to scoop as hard as you can. You're going to scoop your back foot just like you would with the big spin, but you're not going to stop your body from spinning at 180. You're going to allow it to keep spinning, and you're going to use the momentum you create with your shoulders. So think of your shoulders as where the force is starting for this trick. And you're gonna allow yourself to spin the rest of the way. And when you land, you're going to crouch. Now, it's important that you keep your eyes on your feet and the board while you're spinning, because at first you're going to get dizzy and you're going to be all out of whack. You're not going to know where you are when you start trying this trick. It's very confusing in the beginning. So it's important that you keep your feet in the right position and that you keep your eyes on your feet and your eyes on the board as you're spinning. In the beginning, most people have problems rotating the board the entire way. And so one thing that I recommend is doing the scooping backside 180 and letting your back wheels get on the ground first and sliding the rest of the rotation. You do this, and little by little, you're gonna start generating enough force to carry you around and start scooping the tail hard enough that you can spin the whole 360. I wasn't able to really turn the entire trick without sliding a bit at the end until I started doing them downstairs. And I think I started out with a 3-stair, and after I could do them down a 3-stair, I think there was the 5-stair at Hollywood High School. I learned it down that. And then there was the 8-stair, and then eventually there was the 12-stair. Definitely an easier trick to do downstairs. When you're doing these downstairs, you're going to want to have a good amount of speed, because this being a scooping trick, it's a very different concept to pop this high than it is with most other tricks, right? Scooping tricks, the pop takes a lot longer because it's about timing. Timing your shoulders, timing the scooping of your back foot, and timing the lifting up of your knees is very difficult with this. So when you start trying these downstairs, you're going to want to go a little faster than you're used to. And looking at your feet while you're spinning is something that I can't stress enough. You're going to want to keep looking at your feet. Another thing is, just like the other tricks I've gone over, you want to anticipate popping early. So about 12 to 18 inches in front of the obstacle you're trying to go down, that's when you're going to start to pop, right? And remember, there's a little bit of a delay from when we say in our minds to pop and when our feet actually do it. So that's why we're anticipating popping early. And that's also why we're going to give ourselves a lot of speed, because when you're going fast and you tell yourself to pop here, you're actually going to pop here. So that's going to help you cover the distance that you need to cover. That is about all I have on the back 360. It's a really interesting trick, but once you get it, it's so much fun. Some that I would recommend watching would be Moose down the Hollywood 16. He's got a little bit of a different approach. He does scoop, but his is more pop based than it is scoop based. And when you're spinning down like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 or more stairs, you can get away with that because you have more time in the air. Another one to watch would be Jim Greco's back 360 from Misled Youth. Danny Ways in San Diego is an amazing one, and he totally utilizes the scooping method. In fact, it's all speed and scoop if you watch the old Danny Way triple set back 360. Jeff Rowley down the Santa Monica triple set. He's one of my favorite skaters, and him and Jim Greco were the ones that inspired me to want to learn how to do back 360s in the late 90s. So those are more good ones to watch. Let me know in the comments what trick you guys would like to see next. Consider subscribing to my Patreon. That's going to allow you to really get a vote on which trick I pick next. It's going to allow you to be a part of a live stream that I'm going to be doing once I get enough of you guys signed up. You'll get first pick on all the collage skateboards gear that comes out. And for those that choose the top tier, I'm doing it for about $25 a month. That's going to allow you to get one-on-one Zoom or FaceTime or Skype sessions with me, where I'll give you pointers on your tricks. So again, I'll leave a link to that Patreon in the description. Follow me on Instagram at Norman_Woods. follow Collage Skateboards at Collage Skateboards, and check out the website collageskateboards.com. Thank you for watching, and thank you GoPro for sending me the Hero 9, which I'm shooting this with right now.